Hey, you guys. Happy Monday. This is Alex Branning. I am the founder of the Branning Group. I will be the teacher for this course on social media certification. Don't worry, you won't have to look at my face the entire time, but I wanted to give you a face to identify with the name. I'll be switching in just a moment to the screens that we have for today's class, but I just wanted to welcome you. I wanted to welcome you on this 4-week journey. This is very exciting for me. This is something that we have been talking about doing at the Branning Group for a long time. To see it come to fruition is great. At the time of this video, it is May 15th. I am shooting this video for the first class. There are over 70 people signed up from all across the United States of America. So this class is already having a national impact. Super stoked about it. Quick background on me, and then we'll jump into it. I've been doing digital marketing for 15 years now. My very first Facebook job was when I got a phone call from Ford Motor Company asking me to help them with the Facebook. At the time, there was things called tabs, and it was just a whole different environment. Facebook was very new 6 years ago. And so that got my feet wet. I've been in it ever since. I absolutely love doing social media marketing. The Branning Group has a team of people that just focus on social media marketing. We handle dozens of accounts from nationwide. So that's my background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about social media marketing in general. This certification class is going to walk through not only what social media marketing is, how you do it, what a successful campaign looks like. I'm going to show you all the tools that we use. This is going to be a very inspirational class. It's going to have a very collaborative environment. So we're all going to work together so that we can all learn. We can be the best marketers that we know how to be, not only for ourselves, but also for our clients. If you're planning on opening your own social media marketing company, or for your job. I know there's a lot of people on here that are here because their work sent them. So welcome everybody, regardless of why you're here. I'm excited you're here. And let's just go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen here. We're going to dive into the screen that the slideshow that I made for you guys. So here we go. So, and let's dive into slideshow. All right, so the Branning Group Social Media Certification Program, 4-week course. It's taught by me, Alex Branning. I'm going to go over an overview. So what is social media marketing? That's a great question. I get asked that a lot. What is social media marketing? How do you define it? It is marketing a cause or organization using social media platforms. Those social media platforms include Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, and others. We'll be going over that. You're not in a Facebook marketing class, you're in a social media marketing class. So we're going to cover all the platforms. We're going to spend the majority of our time in Facebook. So just so you know, we will be talking a lot about Facebook, but we are also going to be working on all 4 other platforms. What is expected of you in this class? Well, you're going to have homework. There's going to be 4 calendars that you'll be asked to create every single week. We'll go over that. Some of you are going, what's a calendar? We'll talk about it. There's also participation. What I mean by that is there's a Facebook group we're all a part of, and I expect each and every person to dive in at some point every week, even if it's just to say hi. But that's where we will be posting our homework so that we can all help each other out. We can all not evaluate, because the only person that's technically grading the work will be the Branning Group team, but this way we can all kind of see it and get inspired by others' work. This is all about inspiring each other, making each other better. Heck, I'm going to become a better social media marketer from some of the ideas that I learned from you guys. Even though I've been doing this for 6 years, creativity has no limits. It is an unlimited resource. So by us all getting together and sharing our ideas, we're all going to make each other better. Thirdly, communication is expected of you. I expect you to communicate with me, with the class. I expect you to let me know if you get stuck, because if you don't tell me if you're stuck or don't know what to do, I can't help you. So what can you expect to get out of this class? Well, you're going to learn to use all the tools that we use. Now, there's more tools out there than the few that we're going to go over, but these are the ones that we use on a daily basis here at the Branning Group, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to walk you through how to use it. You're going to expect to be able to run your own social media marketing company or division. Even if you're just doing it for yourself, you're going to know, okay, this is what I need to do every week. So you're not going to have, you're going to be very well equipped. Let's put it that way. and you can expect to get those creative juices flowing. Now, if you are joining us and you're a solopreneur who just wants to learn how to market your own business, or you're here for your company and you're going, wait a minute, I'm just supposed to be doing social media marketing for my company. Let me help you out. Number one, like I said, creativity is an unlimited resource. We are one of the things that happens in our branding group brainstorming sessions when we're talking about other people's calendars is that ideas for our clients come from ideas that we generate for other clients. An example is one of our best posts that we wrote for a local movie theater that we do marketing for came from a brainstorming session for a plumber that we were doing for. And the reason is because when we were sitting down and brainstorming an idea for this plumber, we had a gold mine idea, we wrote it down, and then one of the people on my team said, you know, we should really kind of tweak that for our movie theater. And it was a great idea, and it proved to be hugely successful. So if you're going, wait, I should only be writing posts for my client or for my company or for myself, by writing posts for other companies or industries, and we'll talk about what exactly that is, you're gonna have to think outside the box a little bit. And by thinking outside the box, even if you don't know the industry, you can still talk about it and get people to engage. And but by doing that, you're going to get those creative juices flowing, and that's what we need. And we need those creative juices flowing. We need inspiration. We need to have fun. We need to kind of throw some ideas out there and see what sticks. So the biggest thing is you got to do the homework, even if you don't know the industry. You got to do the homework because you'll have to get creative. You'll have no choice but to get creative. And if you get a homework assignment, let's say you're here for a company and you get a homework assignment to build a calendar for a real estate agent, and you're like, I don't know real estate very well. Don't worry, we're going to show you the tools so that you can still create a winning social media calendar even without expert knowledge in that area. So we'll go through that. All right. So what is social media marketing? Social media marketing is marketing on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+. There's others, but these are the top 5 we're focusing on. Now, each of these platforms has a unique twist to it. So on Facebook, we all know and love Facebook. Facebook, it allows you to engage in so many different ways. It allows you to expand your audience using its tools and resources that really are not available anywhere else. And we'll get to that in a later class. Pinterest is all about pinning. It's about sharing images and links and things. Twitter, that's a very rapid fire, real-time discussion. Hashtags are a big deal on Twitter. You're limited in the amount of characters you can use. So it's a different animal. If you were to write a Twitter campaign and try to use those same posts on Facebook, you would be limiting yourself, limiting your Facebook campaign by forcing your Facebook campaign to stay within the same limits of your Twitter campaign. So you can use the same ideas, but your execution will be different on all 5 platforms. LinkedIn is a business-to-business platform. And their audience has different expectations. And Google Plus is a social media marketing platform where you got to have a long-term plan for that, because the SEO benefits for Google Plus are enormous, but there's just not a lot of engagement on Google Plus right now. It's kind of on its way out a little bit, but it's still very useful for social media marketers who are also working on SEO. So those are the 5 platforms. So, and Instagram. Instagram is cool. One of the things with Instagram though right now is that they make it hard for you to schedule posts. At this time on May 15th, 2016, it's virtually impossible for you to schedule posts, which means that if you want to post something every day at 1 p.m., you better have your phone out every day at 1 p.m. And that really limits you if you're trying to run multiple campaigns at once. It's very constrictive. So Instagram right now is not very friendly to a social media marketing company that wants to work with multiple clients. So it's giving us a little bit of a headache, but they'll get that all sorted out. So what are your goals in social media marketing? Number 1, you want to engage your audience. What that means is that people are responding to your posts, by liking, commenting, sharing, repinning, retweeting, favoriting, etc. There needs to be engagement. That is the number one goal. Because if you're not engaging your audience, you're not talking to them. And if you're not talking to them, you can't possibly sell them. And at the end of the day, a successful social media marketing campaign is one that results in a return of the investment of time in dollars. So if people are hiring you to run their social media marketing campaign, they want at least the dollars that they're paying you to come back to the company in terms of revenue, right? And for your organization, there's a lot of different ways they can get the word out. One of them is social media marketing. So they need to know, okay, how are these marketing dollars that I'm spending on this person or you, how are they being used? Are those dollars effective? So we need to engage our audience. Number two, we need to trigger your audience. What the heck does that mean, trigger your audience? There's a difference in engaging your audience and getting them to talk to you, and then triggering. A trigger is when we get them to make a commitment. That could be a sale, an appointment, a share. Maybe they're entering a contest. We're getting them to not just say, "Hey, cool, I'm doing a normal social media activity by liking, commenting, or sharing." I'm actually going one step further in my engagement, in my experience with you. You just got me to perform an action. So that's how we sell. That's how we gain our audience. That's how we set appointments. That's really how we make our money. People at the branding group, my job is to create an engagement, but the reason why we're so successful is that we're great at getting people to pull the trigger on an action, whether that is joining a contest or submitting a form, buying something. People wouldn't be paying us if we just got a whole bunch of likes. If we get people in the store or picking up the phone or on their website or in some way giving them a return on their investment, now the branding group really means something to our client. So lastly, we want to grow the audience. I put this last because it's one of those things that just kind of happens organically as you engage and trigger your audience. And we'll get into that, what that means a little bit later on this week. But growing your audience is, if your goal is to grow, then your goal at first should be to engage. And we'll talk about some very specific ways that we grow our audience. So what is expected of you in this class? Number one, homework. You're going to do 4 calendars per week. See the Facebook group for an example of a social media calendar. You'll be able to see exactly what the heck I'm talking about. I'll describe it to you right now. It's a simple Word document that we send. On the left-hand side is the number of the month. So for example, May 1 would be denoted as the number 1 in the left-hand column. On the right-hand column is our actual post. It is the text we're going to use or the image we're going to use, maybe a link to a video we're going to post. This is a way for us to plan, because here's the thing. When you're doing social media marketing, it can't be willy-nilly. So right now, May 15th, 2016, we are finishing up all of the calendars for all of our clients across the nation for the month of June. So we already know what we're talking about for Father's Day. We already know what we're going to be, all the promotions that our clients are doing. We're not figuring it out on the fly. We've got it planned out, written out. We know exactly what we're doing. So by us doing that, number one, our clients feel comfortable going, okay, cool, I know what's going to be happening on my social media calendars. Number two, on our Facebook calendars, by writing it out every single month, we're able to coordinate our posts across multiple platforms, and we're able to kind of set some stuff up. So for example, we can say, next week, we're going to be announcing a deal. And then the following day, we can talk about something different, but we'll keep coming back, to say, hey, May 22nd, a big deal's coming, watch our Facebook page. We create excitement. But if you're just kind of posting on the fly, no one has anything to be excited about. So secondly, participation. We really need participation in this class from you. We need you to comment in the group. We have a culture of collaboration, not only here at the branding group, but in everything we do. At the masterminds we host for this class, we have a culture of collaboration. Because creativity is an unlimited resource. We need you to collaborate. We need you to share your ideas, post your issues. We're all in this together. No one is here to one-up each other, because we're all learning. So by creating a culture of collaboration, we're all going to get better. We'll all improve. We'll all learn from each other. And like I said when I started this video, I expect to learn something from you, because even though I've been doing this for a long time, I don't have all the ideas. You have more ideas. You have more suggestions. You're going to be able to kind of tweak some of the things that I do to make me better. And I can't wait for that. So it all starts with collaboration and participation. Lastly, communication. You got to tell us when you're having problems, or if you don't understand something, shoot me an email, or even better, post it in the Facebook group, because if you have a problem, others do. If you don't understand something because I didn't explain it well enough, guess what? You're not the only one who didn't understand that because I didn't explain it enough. Somebody else did. There's a lot of people that are watching this video right now, 70 people all across the nation. You're not the only person who didn't grasp it. So post your comment in the Facebook group. We'll all work on this together. What can you expect to get out of this class? Number one, you can expect an expert knowledge in how social media marketing works. So, you're going to be able to tell your boss, your clients, you're going to be able to give them a very detailed breakdown of how social media marketing works and what they can expect from you and your services. Number two, you're going to get great ideas on how to run your social media marketing campaigns. I have a lot of solopreneurs in this class. How to define a solopreneur as somebody who runs their own business by themselves. I got a lot of solopreneurs in here. They're like, I'm here because I don't know what to do, right? So they don't want to hire someone on a month-by-month basis. They want to take this class once, learn the concepts, and apply it. So we're going to give you a lot of great ideas. Number three, we're going to give you the tools for the generation and inspiration for social media posts. So what does that mean? We're going to show you how to kind of get over that writer's block. We're going to show you how to make fun posts. We're going to give you inspiration. You're going to get a lot out of this class when it comes to figuring out how to start on day one of your new calendar. You're going to get a certificate of completion that you can use for your career or your job. And all that really means is the branding group is going to say, so-and-so completed the branding group certification class. We recognize that they are now an expert in social media marketing as of May 2016. So-and-so has learned the beginning, intermediate, and advanced tactics for marketing on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Google+, et cetera, et cetera. So you can say, hey, look, I know what I'm talking about, right? So let me tell you, this is not a course. We're not an accredited university. This is simply a certificate. So, it's going to show people who you've just met or your boss, hey, look, I completed this. I know what I'm doing, but this isn't good for college credits or anything like that. So just to let you know, I'm not trying to oversell what you're going to get at the end of this class, but I'm also letting you know that you're going to get a lot out of it. So what does the branding group get out of this class? I've had a lot of people ask me, well, what do you guys get out of it? Number one, we have fun talking about our job, right? Number two, we're helping to advance your career or start a new one. And, for me personally, I get a lot out of that. We're creating referral partners all across the nation, because guess what? Now you're going to know me. I'm going to know you. You're going to get a lot of value from me. And I'm hoping to get value from you, not just in the ideas that you present, but also, the branding group doesn't just do social media marketing. We build mobile apps, websites, and a whole bunch of other things. I'm not here to sell myself, but now, you know me. And so if somebody says, man, I need an app built, you can say, well, I know somebody. And I'm hoping to get inspired. I want to be inspired in this class. And I know that I will be when I see all your posts and we're all having fun together, right? So I'm hoping to get some inspiration out of it. You're going to be meeting other members of my team as the certification class goes on. You'll be hearing some viewpoints from them because they're all experts in their own way. And so you're going to get a very well-rounded education. So let's talk about some Facebook marketing myths. This is really social media marketing myths, but Facebook marketing in general. I hear a lot of people say, no one will see your posts. I hear that, and you're going to come across this in your social media marketing pitches. Whether you're talking to your company or your clients, they're going to say, well, no one sees my posts on my page. I've also heard Facebook doesn't work for my business, or people don't buy on Facebook. These social media marketing myths are things that you have to not only get past with your client or boss, but you have to have the mindset that these are not true. Let's go over that. So no one will see my posts. No one will see your posts if you're boring. No one will see your posts if you just post ads. People will see things on Facebook or other platforms because of the engagement in the posts. None of the social media marketing platforms, whether it's Facebook or anybody else, want to promote posts that people are not clicking on. They make their money by keeping you on the website, right? So if you look at Instagram, see nothing and close it after 60 seconds, Instagram didn't work for you, you didn't get anything out of it, and Instagram goes, oh crap. So they want to make sure that the things you're seeing are things you want to see. Another thing, people don't buy on Facebook. People don't buy on social media. I can tell you point blank that's false. We wouldn't be hired right now by all of our clients if we weren't able to trigger people into buying or making commitments. So we're going to show you how to do that in a fun way, but people buy every single day, right? So let's talk about winning. How are you winning in your Facebook marketing? Success has to be defined so that you know what you're shooting for. And I get this question a lot from my clients. Alex, what can I get out of this, right? So, and then we go over it. Well, let's go over your goals and let's make sure that we meet it. But at the end of the day, a Facebook marketing campaign is only successful if it leads to sales, period. My goal is to make money for my clients. Your goal, if you're an employee, should be to make money for your company. You don't use other metrics to determine success. Those other metrics, whether it's likes, comments, followers, shares, etc., will rise as you execute a successful marketing campaign that brings in buyers. And if you don't make money, you don't meet your revenue needs, your campaign failed, period. So we have to have some revenue goals here, some lead goals here, so that we know that we're being successful. So now let's go over some mistakes, and then we're going to dive right into some successful ways to run a social media marketing campaign. And then I'm going to turn it back over to myself and talk about the homework. All right, so we've seen people, I've heard, I like to sprinkle in fun posts with all my boring posts. Wrong. You don't want to be boring ever. You don't want to keep posting ads. That is just a brutal mistake. Another mistake I've seen is people forgetting to add contact information on their Facebook page or Twitter profile, etc. Man, if you're engaging people and they're having a good time on your page and they can't reach out to contact you, you aren't going to be able to get that sale. You're not going to be able to get that lead. Lastly, using your personal profile as your business page is a mistake. Whether that's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. If you're doing all this on a personal profile and not using the business tools that each platform has given you, you're making some critical errors in your strategy. So whether you're posting, like I said, for yourself or a client, you got to make sure that you're posting for them on their business page. And we'll talk about each of the platforms separately later, but you have got to make sure that you're using the right tool within the right platform that you're on. So now let's talk about successful social media marketing posts. What does that mean? Before I start talking about games, what does that mean? What is a successful post? A successful post is something where people respond. They're liking it, they're commenting, they're sharing, they're tweeting, they're repinning. You're winning if you are getting the engagement. So we're going to talk about 7 different types of posts that get engagement. Today we're talking about 3, and a video later on this week we'll talk about the others. First is games. Let's talk about games. When you do a game on a business page, what you're doing is you're inviting your audience to participate in this game for the simple joy of playing a game. People get on social media to escape. They want to have fun. They're looking at it real quick on their phone or late at night, or they're sneaking in one during lunch. They're not on Facebook to buy. They're on Facebook or other social media platforms to engage, to have fun, to learn. All right, with that in mind, some fun games that people have, take your best guess. Caption this photo. Tell a story one word at a time. These games inspire engagement. So one of the things that, as you sit down with your client or your boss, you want to say, you know what, let's play some games. Now, a good game for you, your client or your boss, is a game where people are talking about either your business or your industry in a way where they're able to kind of have fun. So for example, caption this photo. If you're a plumber or you're working for a plumber and you find a funny joke where, you know, a toilet's busted or something like that, or someone's plugging their nose outside, whatever, and you say, caption this photo, people will jump in there to write a funny caption for the simple response of you saying, you know, you responding and saying, that was funny. They're looking for that affirmation because they'll look at it, they'll be inspired. You'll say, caption this photo. You know, we want to hear your best responses. They'll just think it's fun and cute and they'll play along with you, right? So, you know, take your best guess. That's another fun game. Take your best guess is great. You know, we use this for real estate clients. We'll say, you know, we're having an open house, or we had an open house last week. We gave away cookies. Take your best guess at how many people stopped by our open house. You know, it's just fun. You know what I mean? People like it. I gave a presentation to a large group of realtors, and at the end, I had a gentleman come up to me and say, Alex, I do not think that whole concept works. And I said, okay, when's your next open house? And he said, you know what? I actually have one this afternoon. And I said, okay, cool. I want you to post a photo of you and the realtor that you're partnering with for this open house. And I want you to say, take your best guess at how many people showed up at my open house today. And he said, okay. I said, the worst thing that happens, man, is that nobody really, you know, sees the post, but the best case is people see the post, they guess, heck, they might even bring one of their friends to go and say hi to you. He's like, all right, I'm in. So when it was all said and done, so he made that photo post right when the open house started. He got over 60 comments, and somebody walked in and said, dude, I was in the area. I saw that you were having an open house and I wanted to come by and support you. So I got a text message from him the next morning. He said, dude, you were right. This really does work. And yes, it was a lot of fun. So take your best guess is great. We want to make sure that no matter what game we're doing, that it relates in some way or another to the page that, or to the business that we're working for. You know, one of the things that I have to encourage my clients in, though, is that sometimes it's okay to just have fun for the sake of having fun. You know, you can take your best guess on how many marbles are in a jar. It doesn't necessarily need to relate to the business that you're promoting. You're just having fun. You're inspiring people to guess, and you're just making it something that people are going to come in and check back on, right? So have some fun, you know, make some games on social media. All right. So that's the first kind of post that inspires engagement. The second kind of post that inspires engagement are interesting facts, because your fans do not want you to sell to them, but they do want to learn about what you do, right? So if you're working for a company or you're talking to a client, I tell people, man, even though I know what the name or the term real estate agent means, or I have an idea of what a plumber does, I don't know everything about what you do, right? So we want to talk about that. We want to educate our audience, because people do like learning, right? You don't want to make these posts salesy, but you want to educate your customers so that they can refer people to you, even if that person is themselves. Now, if possible, when you're doing an interesting fact for yourself, your company, or a client, you want to use videos. Videos explaining these facts are a great way to connect with your audience. Now, if you're running your own social media marketing company, use your client as the subject of the video. Put them in front of the camera. Because that's a great way for them to connect. So, but yeah, interesting facts are great. We use them a lot across every single industry, because people simply do not know everything that you or your client does in their day-to-day job. They just don't. So we want to talk about it. Third, this is the last kind of successful post type that I'm going to talk about, and that's humor. Funny photos get the likes. They get the retweets. They get the comments. They get the shares. I mean, man, humor is a consistent win. You don't want every post to be about your business, but if you can make fun of yourself, it's a great way to get people to talk about you. So Humor works consistently over and over and over again. Make people laugh and you'll bring them back. So use humor. No matter what it is that you're talking about, use humor. So, all right, so homework for the week. Homework for the week. Now, let me do a quick recap here. We went over what this class is. I went over what the expectations are. And now I'm going to give you 4 assignments to write Facebook calendars. Now, I went over 3 successful post types. I went over humor, I went over interesting facts, and I went over games. Now, there's more to talk about. I don't want to overwhelm you, so we're going to talk about those later on in the week. I might save some of them for the video next week, but we're going to talk about other successful post types, but you only have 3 in your toolbox right now. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to try to use those 3 plus sprinkle in your own creativity when you get it, right? So some of you are going to get the assignment to write a Facebook calendar for a real estate agent. You don't only need to do humor, games, and interesting facts. Heck, you might not know anything about real estate, so you're going to have a really hard time coming up with some interesting facts. I encourage you to do some Googling, kind of find some inspiration for that. But just because you only talked about those 3 doesn't mean that you cannot or that you have to stay within that lane. I want you to be creative. So if you have ideas for what you would post for that client, I want you to do it. And I'm saying that because if I try to restrict you, your creativity will be limited. I'm giving you ideas for posts, but I'm not restricting how you can make that calendar. So I'm going to send you 4 calendar assignments. Now, here's what I need you to do. I need you to email me with the subject line, social media certification homework. Because even though I'm posting this Monday morning, that does not mean that you're going to be watching it Monday morning. This is an online only class. You can watch it any day. So I'm going to send you the homework when you email me and say I'm ready for it. Because until you're ready for it, I don't want to just send it to you and then have it sit there for a few days. You lose the email or what have you. So send me an email, alex@brandinggroup.com, subject line, social media certification homework. I will send you the 4 calendar assignments. So that will be your homework for the week. All right. So I'm clicking stopping sharing. Let's see if that works here. Stop sharing. Is it going to come back to me? No? Let's see. All right, here I am. Okay, so we went over those Facebook posts. So we know what social media marketing is. We know what you're getting out of the class. Now it's time for the homework. So here's what I want you to do. Number 1, email me. Number 2, I want you to post inside of the Facebook group after you get my email. I want you to make a post that's just, this is my homework for the week. Calendar for 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So because you're going to get 4 different types of businesses to write a calendar for. I want you to post that. And then as you finish those calendars, post them as a comment to your post. So for example, if I was to get the homework, I would say my homework for this week is to write calendars for 1, real estate agent, 2, car dealership, 3, online bakery, 4, plumber. Right. So, and then as I finish those calendars, I add them as a comment to my original post. That way it's nice and organized. People can see what you're doing. They can like it, right? So let's do that. That way people can see what you're doing. The files are going to be public so that people can look at it, and we'll all just kind of collaborate together. We'll read yours. We'll comment on them as we have time. One of the questions that I got was, how many times am I expected to get into that Facebook group? Honestly, I have no expectations except for the once a week when you watch the video, and then as you post in there when you finish your homework. I don't care if you post it all at once. That's fine. If you make a Facebook comment that says, my homework was these 4, and then you go bam, 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 and post the 4 that you did, that's cool. I'm okay with that. I just want you to share your work in the group. If you have time, read through the other comments in there, because other people will be given very similar homework assignments, right? So for example, you might get a real estate or a calendar for a real estate agent, and then you'll scroll through and you'll see, hey, this other person got a calendar for a real estate agent. Let me see what they posted, right? So now you're able to get inspiration from the work that other people did with the same homework assignment that was given to you. So you can kind of see how they looked at it, right? So you're starting to kind of get, what will happen is you'll get really good ideas from a lot of different people throughout the entire class. Now I'm going to throw a bonus out there. If you're in this right now and you say, you know what, I'm here because I want to learn to do a social media calendar for me or for my company, and Alex, I don't think you have my industry in your list. Send that to me. Send me your industry, your company, and if I think it's a good fit, I will mix it in with the homework for the rest of the class, right? So that means that over these next 3 or 4 weeks, you're going to have a lot of different people giving you a lot of different ideas for your company. How cool is that, right? So email me right now. I am so excited for this class. Please comment in the group so we can all meet each other and get to know each other and learn about each other. This is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Send me an email with any questions or concerns you have, and let's rock and roll. Thanks, guys.